Chair Charlene Bashevsky, Executive Vice Chair Evan Greenberg, President Steve Orleans, Dr. Albert Bourla. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, it gives me great pleasure to attend this year's gala dinner of the National Committee on U.S.-China Relations. My warm congratulations go to the honoree, Dr. Bourla. Hopefully, Pfizer will not only make people in both our countries healthier, but also contribute to a healthier China-US relationship. Let me also take this opportunity to express my sincere thanks to the National Committee and friends from various sectors for your long-standing care and support for China-US relations. Thank you. As the most important bilateral relationship in the world, the China-US relationship bears on not only the well-being of our two peoples, but also the future of the entire world. Under the strategic guidance of the two heads of state, the relationship had eased and shown a hard-won stabilizing momentum. In recent days, however, challenges have arisen again. And both our peoples and the international community are watching closely. How can we reassure them? I would like to share with you three thoughts. First, a tariff war or trade war should not be fought and cannot be won. During the past 5 months, the economic and trade teams of our two countries held 4 rounds of talks, reached positive common understanding, and stabilized bilateral economic and trade ties, which brought relief to our peoples and the world. Unfortunately, the US side has not stopped suppressing China in the fields of economy, trade, and technology. Within just about 20 days after the Madrid talks in September, it put multiple Chinese entities on its entity list and special designated national list, expanded the scope of control over business with the affiliate rule, affecting thousands of Chinese companies, and persisted in implementing Section 301 measures targeting China's maritime logistics and shipbuilding industries, which have taken effect today, imposing port fees on Chinese-owned, operated, and built vessels in a discriminatory manner. These measures have seriously harmed China's legitimate and lawful rights and interests, rattled the international economic, trade, and shipping order, and undermined the security and stability of global industrial and supply chains. After the US side threatened to hike tariffs against China again, US stocks and the dollar fell, and the global market panicked, casting a shadow over the world economy. Both experiences and lessons have told us a tariff war or trade war will serve no one's interest in the end, and equality, respect, and mutual benefit represent the only right way to properly handle differences. China does not want to fight such a war, but neither will we sit idle by when our rights and interests are harmed. And the international economic and trade rules, as well as the multilateral trading system, are undermined. The US side needs to return to reason. Stop applying maximum pressure. Work with China to resolve each other's concerns through dialogue based on mutual respect and equal-footed consultation. And avoid treading the old path of escalating tensions in economy and trade, which will only lead nowhere. Second, it is important to unswervingly keep to the overall direction of mutual respect, peaceful coexistence, and win-win cooperation. The two heads of state provided strategic guidance for the development of China-US relations during their recent phone call in September. President Xi Jinping pointed out that China and the United States are fully capable of helping each other succeed and prospering together for the good of the two countries and the whole world. President Donald Trump also said that the two countries working together can get many great things done that are good for peace and stability of the world. As permanent members of the UN Security Council, the world's two largest economies and major nuclear powers, China and the United States shoulder special and significant responsibilities for world peace, stability, and prosperity. Under the new situation, we share more, not fewer, common interests, and the strategic value of our cooperation has grown, not declined. In the face of mounting global challenges, President Xi Jinping has put forward the global development, security, civilization, and governance initiatives to contribute China's wisdom and solutions to addressing the deficits in peace, security, development, and governance. China's initiatives are open, and we welcome US participation. China stands ready to work with all countries to build a community with a shared future for humanity. In bilateral and multilateral areas, from combating drug trafficking, telecom fraud, and financial crime, to addressing climate change, promoting the global women's cause, preventing and treating cancer and infectious diseases, and exploring space, China and the United States should and can cultivate new highlights and growth points of cooperation. There's no denying that with differences in history, culture, system, and national conditions, our two countries would not always see eye to eye. But we should not let prejudice and suspicion dominate our decision-making, nor should we allow confrontation and conflict to define our bilateral relations. Instead, we need to respect each other's core interests and major concerns and make every effort to be partners and friends rather than rivals or even adversaries. The Taiwan question is the question most likely to have a disruptive impact on China-US relations. The One China principle and the 3 Sino-US joint communiques bear on the political foundation of our bilateral relationship must be firmly abided by. The US side should exercise prudence, refrain from distorting UNGA Resolution 2758, or spreading the fallacy that Taiwan's status is undetermined, and avoid sending any wrong signal to the Taiwan independence separatists. Third, we need to take real action and pull synergies to advance China-US exchanges and cooperation. The China-US relationship could not develop without strategic guidance from the top nor could it flourish without the support of the people. Over the past 6 decades, as a bridge builder, icebreaker, and dedicated promoter of exchanges and cooperation between our two societies, the National Committee on China-US Relations has fostered extensive bonds across various sectors and made important contributions to the improvement and development of China-US relations. The business community has always served as a stabilizer of China-US relations, an advocate of pragmatic cooperation, and a catalyst for people-to-people exchanges. Many American companies have selected China, grown with China, and benefited both China, the US, and the world with their presence in China. Pfizer is an example. 36 years ago, it entered the Chinese market with a China all-in commitment. In recent years, its annual revenue in China has hit billions of dollars, a success story, demonstrating how China and the US can achieve win-win results and help each other succeed. China has unique strengths in system, market, industry, and talents, and provides tremendous opportunities in the areas including industrial transformation, technological innovation, expansion of consumption, new urbanization, infrastructure building, and ensuring and improving people's livelihoods. The upcoming 4th plenary session of the 20th CPC session of the 20th CPC Central Committee will study the proposals for formulating the 15th five-year plan, the blueprint for China's national economic and social development in the next 5 years. China will stay firmly committed to advancing high-quality development and high-standard opening up, and will continue sharing development dividends with the US and other countries in the world. The key to a sound state-to-state relationship lies in affinity between the people. We welcome American friends to make full use of our 240-hour visa-free transit policy and the online visa services of the China Consular Affairs app. Visit China more often and feel for yourselves a real, multi-dimensional, and panoramic China. Ladies and gentlemen, dear friends, when we look at China-US relations over the past 5 decades, we will see that it is only normal to come across wind and rain now and then. But on the whole, the relationship has forged ahead against all odds. In the turbulent and fluid world, we have 1,000 reasons to get the China-US relationship right, and no single reason to mess it up. Where there is a will, there is a way. We believe there are always more solutions than problems, and that the ultimate result is shaped by our efforts. All of you here are stakeholders in China-US relations. As a proverb goes, the flame burns higher when everyone brings wood to it. At this critical juncture of China-US relations, let us join hands, build on what has been achieved, keep to the right direction, steer clear of obstacles and disruptions, and advance China-US relations along the right track of steady, sound, and sustainable development. Thank you very much.